IDS here, back with another one. Today's topic, my VAHKI MOC. This is actually a slight revamp from the original VAHKI movie MOC that I made back in 2017. Give it a spin here. You can see all the kind of design elements that I've used. It's not too complex of a MOC. Most of the complexity comes from the arms and the head. But yeah, I think since 2017, the biggest change I made was the head and the arms. I say biggest, they're the only changes. The head is a very illegal build. I mean, it's all legitimate pieces. It's not just, you know, there's like blue tack in here. For example, this mouthpiece just pops out like this. It is literally being held in by pressure, so it's very fragile. But hope is fragile. I'm going to say this is movie inspired. Recreating the VAHKI head in actual Lego pieces is a little bit tricky. So the actual VAHKI in the movie has a very pinched off snout. Now, I've used this piece while I was designing it, and essentially the base Lego model they provided does not have the same shaped snout at all. So to do a truly shape accurate thing, you'd need to basically build it from system. Now, as I said in my previous reviews, I like to keep these things within set scale. Obviously this is bigger than the actual toy that they released, but it scales with the Metro, for example. We've got Lee Khan here. So in the essence of maintaining that piece, I've done a best sort of approximation, which is why I've actually gone for this rounded mouth, which looks actually better on this model, but actually deviates a little bit more than using that other piece. It also adds a little bit of gunmetal. Obviously, you've got gunmetal here, gunmetal on the arms, gunmetal on this piece here, and gunmetal on the hips. I like the mix. The silver, the gunmetal, the gray adds different shades of metal to the model. As you can see, the body's very simple. Got lots of different design aspects. The ingots on the head are very much balanced on studs. You've got those black bushings on the side there, from the Viking set. One of the big revamps again from the 2017 model were mainly the arms and the head. Now the arms, when I made this back in 2017, I just got lazy and I used the original set arms. I wish I had the set here. I don't have a VAHKI to hand. I own the black one and I've got enough pieces from Nadiki and other sets to build one, but I couldn't be bothered. You all know what the VAHKI looks like. I'm gonna throw a picture of it on screen so you can see it. But yeah, back in 2017 when I made this, I was lazy. I just used the set arms. Again, the VAHKI was never really a big one that I was impressed about, but you know, redesigned them here. I'm actually very, very happy with it. I think it captures the angle here specifically. You know, there's this iconic VAHKI picture which I based the arms on. Another thing with the weapons in the movie, they all had the green VAHKI's weapons, and the top is flipped. I had an idea of using maybe Motoro Mari's claws for this, but it made the weapons look too bulky. So I've just left them as is. It is technically the more accurate version. It's just in the movie they flip them out to look more like sickles. But you know, it's pretty posable. It's got kind of the backward knees that the movies did. I've got this other configuration here that I did for the eyes. I don't know which one is better. I've left them off because it does add some bulk to the head and ruins kind of a tapering look. But you know, you feel free to comment down below whether you think that's a good idea or not. A big thing as well, the big inspiration for this MOC was the G2 hip piece. It always sort of looked like a VAHKI hip to me from the movies, which is why I've used that. And then also the HERO Factory torso. The VAHKI in the movies had these two kind of shoulder pad things with vents in them. It's not a perfect shape, but I always thought the HERO Factory body was a nice approximation of it. I never owned Stringer, but I hunted out the piece just for this. Considering how complex G2 sets got, and with characters like Kina at the tail end of 29, this body is so simple, it could probably have been made into a set. Obviously then the head and the arms, the piece count kind of ramps up, but I maintain that the body is low complexity enough that this could be released as a set. Yeah, I will say I'm a big fan of movie designs, and I do like the movie VAHKI, but I actually think the sets are a little bit more visually striking. I actually think the most iconic part of the VAHKI is this kind of trans, bright, bold, colorful main piece they have with the head and the eyes and things like that. I actually think taking that away detracts from their design. I'd argue that is the most iconic element of the VAHKI, and the movie doesn't have that. So it's interesting. But yeah, honestly, don't have much else to say on this one. Wish I had a side-by-side comparison here, but honestly, the effort of digging up a VAHKI right now or buying one is something I can't be bothered to do. My movie VAHKI, IDS. That's it!